All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, we are live. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. All right, cool, cool. Rob, Diane, everybody's here? Perfect. All right, so we'll wait for a couple more people to get in, then we'll get started with the whole thing. Perfect. Cool. Gotcha. All right, perfect. 34. Hey, what's up? Yo, yo. Good to see everybody. While everybody's coming in, make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. I greatly appreciate it. Nibbles, what's up, bro? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody surviving the corona apocalypse? What's up? Oh yeah, everybody's pouring in. Good, good, good. Like I said, guys, make sure you hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Handsome. I'm not handsome. I look like Quasimodo. Doomsday, yeah? Yeah, Doomsday. At least Scott is actually not being crazy and not drinking Coronas because of the coronavirus. No relation whatsoever. What up, dog? What up, bro? Great return. What's going on? All right, let me see here. I'll keep the live stream here as well. Perfect. You need merch? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about merch in a minute. I'm gonna get merch out of the way first because, yeah, I'm working on that right now, actually. SB check. Took advantage of the flip and switch. What's the flip and switch? Bob, what's going on? You like the live? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right. So what's on the agenda for today? Well, so first of all, I want to talk to everybody about my merch. I do want to get that out of the way. So I have new merch coming, and the good thing about it is I know people have been asking. I will be doing a pre-sale starting tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I got to finish the website today, or the store, the online store. And then from there, I'm going to launch on my Facebook group, and then I'll kind of implement it into my first video. Like, I'm not going to make too long of a speech about it, but I'll put it in my, my first video for tomorrow. So I will have merch starting to come out. I'll do a pre-sale for the week while everything's getting done and created. But I have t-shirts coming. I have sweatshirts and tank tops for now. So I'm going to see how all that stuff does. And then at some point, I'm going to come out with maybe some hats or something like that. We'll just see. We're going to start slow and just kind of move on from there. So yeah, you guys be on the lookout for that merch. And like I said, I'm gonna take pre-sales, get everybody's sizes, because I know there was a huge range of sizes. A lot of people were asking for small, some people were asking for 3XL, so we'll see. We will see. But yeah, like I said, so as far as merch, t-shirts, hoodies, and tank tops will go on pre-sale starting tomorrow. All right, cool. We'll start taking questions. So do I think Anthem of the Seas will sell in November? Yeah, I mean, November, I think, especially considering everything is starting to open up right now, I would honestly say that November is sounding pretty good. I mean, I'm optimistic about November. How's the cruising coming? When will we sail again? That's the $1 million question. I'm still somewhat, if anything, optimistic as far as the sales. I'm optimistic around, I want to say around September or October, September range. I still think cruising could start to return around there. Same thing, bro, with Sophie, with MSC. I think that just cruising in general, like nothing's happening for what I believe is too high and it's cracking. Let me see if I can fix it. Maybe turn the volume down. Or I'll just put myself away from the mic. Let me see. What about now? Is it better? Is the mic better for everybody? Scott, how do you feel about the mic now? Let me see what that says. What's the rule at Royal Caribbean? Let me see. What's the new rule in Royal Caribbean that you have to have a doctor paper if you're diabetic and cannot cruise? Is this true? I don't think any of the rules are confirmed so far, to be honest. Level's just too high. Yeah, well, the thing is, Scott, like I said, we really got to talk about the mic situation because this is just a little $20 mic and it doesn't have like an adjuster on it or anything like that. So we'll definitely have to get it figured out. Not crackling there. Okay, perfect. So I'll just keep the mic at a distance then. That'll work. Radical, what's going on? Cool. So yeah, if you guys have questions, just go ahead and feel free. Let me see. Do you need the cert for over 70? Anyone? Do you need the, what is that? The certification? You mean like the doctor's note if you're over 70? I don't think so. Nothing has been confirmed to my knowledge that there's been no kind of confirmation that they have some kind of solidified procedure for what you need. Yeah, or turn the volume up or something like that. I mean, there's only so much that I can do. You're very handsome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, they haven't said anything about a doctor's note for anybody over 70. Patrick, I think I saw a question over here. Please work for Carnival. We go on a Super Bowl cruise every year during Super Bowl week. Okay, well, we got the Super Bowl, so I'm excited about that. Royal Caribbean ships are coming to India for repatriation of crew members. At the same time, they are going to sign on and off for essential and navigation deck officer. Yeah, I mean, the cruise lines, from what I understand, they're still going to continue to drop off the non-essential crew members. And most cruise lines, for the most part, their essential, as far as the amount of essential workers they need, is around 100. So they're going to continue to drop off everybody, get to the bare minimum, and then probably reorganize. So we'll see. I mean, if this whole thing takes, months for them to get everybody repatriated, they might wait, have some people stay on board. Should you work for Norwegian? I mean, it depends what you like, and it depends on your personality as well. As far as Norwegian goes, Norwegian's cool. It's a little bit more professional, I believe, than the other ships. Like, for example, if you're a crew member on Norwegian, you're not allowed to drink liquor in the crew area, unless you have like privilege to go to the guest areas. There at the crew bar, there is no vodka, no rum, anything like that. You got beer, crappy beer at that, only a few options, and after that you got wine. Those are your options. So, somebody asking about the buffets. Give me a second. We have an Alaska cruise in August in NCL. Do you think it will be canceled? Yeah, I think all Alaska cruises will end up getting canceled, to be honest with you, because the ports of call can't reorganize quickly enough, and also along with that, the cruise lines can't reorganize quickly enough, and you can only go to Alaska for so long of the year before the weather starts getting unbearable. You think the cruise lines... Oh, missed that one. All right. Let me see. ABC Islands, what are your thoughts? That's a good question. I mean, I think that might be the go-to for them. Seeing that, they're private islands and stuff, I think that'd be a good option for them. I don't think they're going to open right up and start going to the ports because the ports might not be open. Let me see. Do I think the cruise lines will hire new staff instead of rehiring employees that were laid off? Some people won't be brought back. Cruise lines are like that. For the people that, let's say, maybe don't take the new rates because they're probably going to be paying less, or people that complain too much or don't have a good standing with the business, with the company, they're probably going to be let go or just not be brought back for a secondary or a third or whatever number of contracts they've taken so far. They won't be brought back for an additional. How are the buffets going to work? That's a good question. I saw Don's video on the buffets the other day, and to be honest with you, I think he was right. If the cruise lines, and I might make a video tomorrow about this, but if the cruise lines get rid of the buffets, I don't know what to tell them, because that's a bad move, to be honest with you guys. That's a horrible move if cruise lines get rid of buffets, because buffets are like one of the main things that people actually like about cruising, right? Imagine if everybody has to go make a reservation or stand in line just to go get some food. There's no convenience to it anymore. And the whole point of cruising is the convenience of it all. So, I mean, in my personal opinion, I love traveling, period. Like, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't mind going out of the way to book a hotel and make my own travel arrangements, all that. But in regards to the buffet, like in cruising itself, everybody cruises because they like the idea of convenience. That's what cruising is. Everything's kind of done for you. All you got to do is walk back and forth to where it is that you got to go. But everything else is pretty much set up. Your excursions, everything's one and done. If the buffets go away, it's going to change the entire dynamic of cruising. All they have to do is have service. Yeah, yeah, I saw that in Don's video. He said that as well. I would have suggested the same thing. If they don't, if they get rid of the buffet, it's going to delete the whole thing. What job did you have on the ship? I was a breakdancer and acrobat. I did a Broadway show called After Midnight with Royal Caribbean, and then I did a couple small contracts with Carnival as well, like fly-ons. Did Royal Caribbean take Puerto Rico off ports of call? I don't think so, but I'm assuming they have so far because I mean, it's owned by the U.S. Like Puerto Rico is United States territory. So if we can't sail in and out of the U.S. yet, yeah, then they may take it out of the list. We'll see how things go. If they operate, let's say, places other than the United States, then yeah, they're going to take it off the list, guaranteed. All right, let's see. Does Carnival refund the money in which you made deposit on Carnival ships? The pandemic going on. Well, give me a second. Do they refund them? Yeah, they're refunding. Make sure I'm reading that right. I mean, if that's what you're asking, yeah, they give you refunds. They're giving people their refunds. If that's what you're asking, yep. Let me see. Our cruise for Alaska on August 28th. Should I cancel? If you haven't canceled, was that Laura White? I would, to be honest with you. I don't see the Alaska, like, don't quote me on it, but I don't see the Alaska cruises happening. I really don't. I really don't. I mean, I'm optimistic about cruising in general returning around August, September, but who knows? I mean, I could be wrong. But there's already cruise lines that are starting to cancel all of their Alaska. And typically when one does it, everybody starts to follow suit. So how about having the crew serve at the buffet? Yeah. That's what I honestly think should be happening. The crew they shouldn't get rid of it because that's going to delete a big part of cruising. They need to not get rid of the buffet. All right, let me see. Let's see. We'll go back to that. You're new. Carol, how you doing? Let's see here. Is anything new with MSC booked for July 25th? I have not heard anything new, but to be honest, that July ain't gonna happen because July is first of all, like that's too soon, right? That's what 25th. That's one day after that CDC 100-day no sale order gets released. Because that gets done on the July 24th. I don't see that happen. I'm not optimistic about that, to be honest with you. Have you gotten on? I'll do that one next. Do you still have friends on the ships? How confident are you that they will resume cruising? Yeah, I got friends on the ship right now. I got tons of friends on the ships. Yeah, I mean they're confident. Cruising will return. Nobody knows when. Can't confirm it. I'm optimistic personally around August, September, but who knows? Who knows at this point? All right. September 5th. September might happen. Out of Port Canaveral, I could see that. Off topic, but on Carnival ships, to do away with it, it's kind of good because you never know who is sick and doesn't show any symptoms. Yeah. I mean, the buffets are just such a big deal on cruise ships. They can't just delete it. You know what I mean? Like, they can't just get rid of buffets because that'll defeat a huge part. And now you just take the inconvenience or the convenience out of eating on cruise ships. The specialty restaurants are nice, but if it's only specialty restaurants or it's a type of restaurant where you have to line up no, the only way that it'll work is if they have service. I think they'll lose a big chunk of their revenue, and a lot of people just won't want to cruise anymore if we take away the buffet. Hate to say it, but it's true. Love your channel. Thank you, Brandon. Brandy, sorry. Okay, let me take this back up. All right, can you guys hear me? Any luck yet? Picture's frozen. You can hear me? All right, I know it's a little echo, but I'm just gonna ditch this mic. It's not working. So I apologize again, guys. Sorry about that. And I'm sorry for the echo. I'm sure there probably is one because I don't have a mic anymore. But yeah, I'm back. Cool. Sorry about that, guys. Cool. All right. Anyway, so let me see if I can circle back over to the questions. Internet's lagging a bit. Is it? Cool. Tell you some good news. Well, the good news, crew members are being repatriated. It's just taking a while. That's not, unfortunately, it's not a ton of good news out right now. Love the channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me see if we can get back over to some questions. We'll get it figured out. All right. People have to realize that they're still getting people home. Haven't even thought about what CDC rules are yet. Yeah, true. True. Am I going back? No, definitely not. No. The money would have to be right, which they can't do it, so no. Do you think California will allow sailings by September, October? I mean, it's likely. I mean, California is being a little, I mean, I could see it, to be honest. I mean, September, October, I think for the most part, it's going to be open back up. No sound? Can you hear me? Do I miss being on the ship? Yeah, I do miss being on the ship. I really do. I really do. I mean, would I go back? No, not really. I don't really plan on it. It was just kind of one of those, it was a good experience. And if I had a time machine, I'd go back for a couple of days, but that's it. Anything on Pride of America? I haven't heard anything on Pride of America at all. I really haven't. I'm going to try and dig into it. I had a friend that was working on board, but I haven't heard anything. Last time I heard it was just sitting over in Hawaii doing nothing. Okay, cool. You guys hear me? Good. Do I think cruising will be back in July? No, definitely not. 2 months away? No. Let's see. Any info on Royal Caribbean? The only cruise line that hasn't canceled on July 19th, Harmony. No, I mean, July is not going to happen. I really, I can't see, like I said, I can't see cruising happening until after October. So, like October or after August, I mean. So, October, September is my area. Anything on Princess? What are you looking for as far as Princess Cruise Lines? Favorite Carnival ship? My wife and I are partial to the Sunshine, sailing on the Vista. Fingers crossed. When are you sailing? When are you sailing out of? Vista out of sail. We'll cruise. We'll see if that sails out of. I mean, how they have those dates set up for Galveston. What is that? Galveston, Port Canaveral, and Fort Lauderdale. It could happen. It could happen. Has a duty-free shop. Yeah, we've had them. Yeah, we've had duty-free shops on our ship. Supposed to sail on Celebrity Apex next month. Still haven't canceled. I don't know. My friend, one of my best friends is a dancer on the Apex. I mean, and from what I understand, Europe is not going to just open up cruises, right? They're not just going to restart. Like, they're being pretty strict right now, from what I understand. There were talks about them canceling for the rest of the year. Do you think elevator operators will be the new job on cruise ships? I mean, another person in the elevator, and the elevators aren't that big. That would just make the problem worse. I think they'll just have to figure something out. They may have to have monitors or somebody not inside the elevators, but somebody maybe on every floor to make sure there's not a ton of people packing in like sardines on board inside the elevators. What's the duty-free like? I'll be going to them eventually. I mean, I don't have any personal experience with the duty-free crew. I mean, I've hung out with a couple people, but I mean, they seem to enjoy their job. Said the work is a lot, but it's not a super huge deal. Well, Royal Caribbean lines might go bankrupt because of the pandemic, and you see lots of cancellations plus the COVID crisis. Yeah, I don't think Royal itself or any of its bigger sister lines like Celebrities, I don't see them going out, but who knows? They're smaller. A lot of the smaller lines, a lot of the sister companies could potentially go out of business, depending on how long this whole situation takes. If there are no cruises right now, what is the crew doing on the ship? Nothing. Some are just like, there's people there that are keeping the ship operating, right? Like the people that are working in the engine room are still working, of course. And then you got the crew members that would normally work in a lot of the restaurants. They're probably helping out to serve the crew and feed them. And if some people are quarantined in their rooms, they're making sure the food is getting delivered and taken to where it has to be. That's probably what's happening right now. You're a legend. No, you're a legend. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Royal Caribbean is sailing June. No, I don't, guys. I know a lot of people have been saying that, but I can guarantee you that Royal Caribbean is not sailing on June 12th. All right, I'm telling you, I don't know what to say on that one. I really don't. How do you think they will keep us take care of us on the ship? Just a lot of rules. People aren't going to follow them. There's going to be a lot of rules. Booked on the Carnival Breeze on August 1st out of Port Canaveral. Do you think we should we cancel? I mean, if that's the latest update, I wouldn't say cancel. Don't want to cancel too prematurely. If you just booked it, don't. I mean, it's already done. Cruise is already booked, so you might as well just kind of wait it out. If anything, wait till next month. See what see whatever the cancellation policy is looking like. See what works best for you. What are your plans after all this? Love your pics on Instagram. Well, first thing I'm doing is leaving this country and getting out so I can go see my girlfriend and go travel, because I'm a travel junkie. I love traveling, whether it's on ships or on a plane or wherever. I just love traveling. So I'm going to go to Europe for a couple weeks, go spend some time out there with my girl, maybe bounce over to Ireland for a little bit, hang around Europe. And then after that, I'm planning on getting some cruises booked as soon as I can. The only one I have right now is in December. I want to go maybe do some reviews, get on a cruise as soon as possible, and we'll see how things are doing as far as the new regulations. That's my plan. I want to get on another ship as soon as possible as a guest, so I can maybe do like a review and see how it works. But that's the plan. So I don't know. I mean, I'd be a young reviewer out there, so I think people will want to see that. Maybe get on like a virgin ship, because they're, apparently their age range that they're trying to target is around my range. So, maybe I'll just see how it is. We'll see. Time will tell. But as soon as this pandemic's over, I'm traveling. I'm leaving the country as soon as I can. All right. Yeah, guys, by the way, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Applied to Carnival in late March with all the qualifications and experience needed, but haven't heard anything back. Should I apply again and wait? Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and the cruise lines are shut down, and a lot of cruise lines are in the middle of firing like most of their staff. So they're not really hiring right now, to be honest with you. Yeah, some positions may be hiring, and then whenever they get like a green light to start rebooting operations, they might they'll have to bring on some new staff, but that's it. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a long process for all the new people getting in my personal opinion. They're definitely not looking at hiring at this very moment. I'd be very surprised if they're contacting people on the phone right now and offering them contracts. I don't see that happening. I applied for a job with P&O Cruises, and I was approved last month before they extended the no sailing order. Do you think they will sail in August as announced? I don't think so, personally, but who knows? I mean, the economy's opened back up. The world's getting kind of close to normal, so who knows? I mean, everybody has their predictions. I'm aiming more so like a month or so after that, like maybe, I don't know, August, September. That's been my range since day one, But we'll see. You know what I mean? August 1st could happen if things continue to, let's say, open back up and get somewhat back to normality. Time will tell. What happened to the bodies of people that have taken their life on board? I mean, it's not bodies. It's been a couple people. What do you mean? You want to know what happens to them? Like, because from what I understand, I think one person wasn't found. Another guy, apparently, he took his own life in his room. So, yeah. But you want to know what happens? Like, what do the cruise lines do with the bodies? Is that what you're asking? When do you think we will cruise again? Yeah, that's probably like the ultimate question, the $1 million question. I'll probably answer it again, but I don't know. I'm looking at August, September, but if cruise lines are trying to say August 1st, I don't think that's gonna happen. August or September for me, if not later. That's, to me, August, September is like the earliest in my personal opinion, because there's just so much that's going to happen, that's going to have to happen. If cruise lines are trying to open up right now, the entertainment, the people that are going to be performing on ships right now have to be in rehearsals. People have to be flying on board. They got to start preparing the ship to get out of cold layup. There's so much that happens. Yeah, they put the bodies in the freezer. Barry Williams, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's hard to imagine social distancing on a cruise. Yeah, I just did a whole video on that. I just did a whole video on that because it's going to be difficult. But on top of that, y'all already know for a lot of the guests, and I know nobody here might not be those types of guests, but they're not going to listen. Yeah, there is a moral on every ship on board. People are not going to listen. I promise you. There's going to be those people, and I hate to say it, a lot of Americans that are going to say, well, it's my right to do whatever it is that I want, and I paid such and such hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever the case is to get on this cruise. They're not going to listen to nobody. Who are they going to listen to? The security that's my height, 5'6"? No. No, I promise you. I promise you. It's social distancing is not, it can't work on ships. Jay, why hasn't RSC canceled cruises in July if it's the CDC day? They haven't canceled because they're not canceling to update everybody. They're canceling and readjusting their dates when they're ready for the next wave of cancellations. That's what they're doing it based off of. They're not canceling based off of trying to tell everybody when they're going to cruise. They're just keeping up with themselves so they can continue to, figure out what they're doing as far as cancellation policies. Their concern right now, no cruise line's real concern right now is to worry about cruising. They're not, I promise you. They're trying to make sure that their bottom line is straight, good to go, and they're trying to make sure they can keep up with all the cancellations and keep things organized. That's what they're worried about right now. So let's see. Heard about Carnival Cruise Ships, Panorama and Mardi Gras. Have you been on Panorama? No, I haven't. I want to. I definitely want to check that ship out. It looks like a beautiful ship. Hey Jay, I was in Tampa a few weeks ago. Now I'm in Miami. I visited the port of Miami and everything is completely shut down. I don't see a cruise taking off anytime soon. Exactly. Sad scene. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I live in Florida. I live in Tampa. You know what I mean? Like we are like a Mecca cruise ship area, a state. If cruising it doesn't start here, at least by August, it's gonna start either like here or maybe Texas, but it's gonna happen, right? At some point. But I'm telling you right now, in the U.S., if cruising does not resume in Florida or Texas and maybe California, but they got stricter rules over there, I'll tell you right now, like, don't count on it just to open back up everywhere else, in my personal opinion. So enjoy your vlogs. Thank you. I appreciate you for supporting the channel. I really do. Thank you. Won't take months on it. Won't it take months to rehire and train full crew? Yeah, it definitely will. So they're going to bring back a lot of people. They're definitely going to bring back a lot of people for sure. But they're going to have to bring on new people as well. I think next will be okay. Well, yeah, next year, 2022 should be good. Or 2000, wow. I just skipped the whole year. 2021 will be great. But as far as, let's see, what are we talking about? As far as the crew, that's the biggest component that I think about because I know what the process is like for the crew members on board, right? It's going to be a pain trying to get crew members back on ships and get everything reorganized. It's not so cut and dry. Like they can't just contact people in China and the Philippines and Europe and wherever and say, all right, hey, we're gonna have you come back in for another 9-month contract. People gotta sign contracts, right? They gotta negotiate whatever it is they're gonna negotiate, get dates set up, get all their shots. People gotta go back to the doctor, get all their shots, especially after this. Every crew member is going to have to go back and get physicals and all their medical paperwork and shots and vaccines, all that stuff, before they get back on the ships. And if they're not starting that right now, which they're not, by the way, how are they going to get ships up and running by August 1st? There's too much that plays a role as far as like getting a ship operating again. And the crew are a very essential part. Thumbs up. Can you share some, appreciate the thumbs up, man. Thank you. Can you share some experience with the crew staff, drunk or difficult, demanding passengers and what they say about them? Yeah, I mean, y'all want me to get started with that if that's what y'all want, sure. Like, I was drunk a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I was drunk a lot on the ship. Scott, you know what's up. That crew bar is a dangerous place. It's either, I swear, like there's no in between. It's like either you're that person that never ever goes and you might get pressured into going during a party or something like that, or you're the person that's there every day. There ain't no in between, right? You can't decide you're gonna go there 2 times a week and not go. No, I was there every day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a social person. I was there like every single day. And yeah, we saw a lot of people get drunk. You see people, that's the thing. Everybody tries to protect everybody as far as the crew. And it's like, if you throw up in the crew bar or something like that, you vomit, you get in a fight, anything like that, you're fired. That's it. So it's like some people would try to avoid it, right? But it would always happen. Always. Stuff like that would always happen on board. And it was just sad because you would see people doing their best to kind of look out for people they didn't even know. But, I went to a couple like cabin parties and stuff. And it's like next thing you know, like we're playing stupid stuff like spin the bottle. Because I've told y'all plenty of my videos, like on the ship, it's like a college or a high school, right? Everybody is just resorting back to their older ways when they were younger because you have a lot of time on the ship, especially in the evening hours. And it's like when the crew bar closes at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., to a lot of people, that's early. And they still want to kind of let loose. So they're just having a good time. So it's like you're in like a cabin party, and next thing you know, people are playing spin the bottle, and then everybody's got their clothes off. It happens all the time, I'm telling you. But I could just talk about it all day. But let me see. I don't want to go on this stuff too long because I have a million different stories, and I'll just end up talking about this for the next hour, I swear. And I don't want to do that. I want to get back to some more questions. I never got the full experience of the crew bar. The chances I got was at the ending of my contract. Why? Why is that? What happened? Sorry, man. I meant to say the drunk, difficult, demanding passengers. Oh, okay. I mean, thing is, like, I didn't run into too many of those. Hold on. What was the cruise ship life like? We'll answer that in a minute. I didn't have too many of those because usually when I was out and about, like, we'd go like in the evening hours. There'd be like stuff at the clubs. I saw a couple fights there, but it was kind of one of those things like as crew, they tell us, and it's just kind of smart and common sense that if you're a crew member, if you see any type of thing going on with an argument, crew members being demanded to do things by the passengers, we got to walk away because we don't want to get, especially with somebody being in a position that I was entertainment. We were like they call us like the face of like the cruise because people see us. Some people would see the entertainers as like celebrity figures. We had to walk away from that stuff. So it's like I would see something happen, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm nosy. I want to check that stuff out. But fights going on, I'm the first dude like, oh no way, everybody come over here. But we can't do that on the ship. You know what I mean? So it's like I would take a little peek and walk away. There'd be fights every now and then, but you got crew members that are being yelled at by passengers because you got these power hungry crew members that just feel like, they can do whatever they want. Great live stream. Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate that. But you got these people that can do whatever they want. If you've been on a ship, you know that those people exist. Whether you've been a crew member or a passenger, you've seen people that are on this power trip. They think that because they paid $1,000 for their cruise or whatever, even if they paid a couple $1,000s to get in the Haven Suites, that they can treat the crew members like crap and that they own the entire ship. Those people exist. And that's why, for that reason as well, I keep saying that social distancing is not going to work on board cruise ships because you got these entitled people that are going to feel like since they paid for it, which in some ways they're right, whatever. I wouldn't want to pay thousands of dollars and being told where I can't go here, I can't go there, I got to wear this, I got to wear that. So, anyway, Bob is going to be grim for you. What does that mean? What do you mean, Bob? Anyway, I just passed like a million questions. Give me a second. Do you think the recent strikes will affect the return of cruises? Oh yeah. If it gets out of hand, yeah, it definitely will. One thing I would say, like I did in my most recent video, it's going to change the perception of the crew members, or just the perception of the cruise ship industry, hands down. Because a lot of people are taking a look at this now, and they're like, okay, well, you got this cruise line repatriating everybody. You got this cruise line repatriating. You got these people killing themselves. You got these people, going on strike and protesting and putting out really, really crazy signs on their ships. It's got to mean something. If the crew members, you would think the crew members would be the most loyal people on board these ships, which typically they are, that will vouch for the cruise line because they've been there for years and years and years, and now they're protesting, it sends a strong message, don't you think? Best way to get great quick service from a bartender or service. Big tip up front. Oh yeah, that's, you want to get a drink, hold that tip out. You know what I mean? Like show them that you're going to get a tip. That's life, man. That's not even just on ships. Especially but especially on ships, if you show them that you have a tip waiting for them. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we got 78 people, or what? 78 likes out of 140 or 180 people right now. Come on, guys, let's get to 100 likes. If you could hit that like button, I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. We are thinking of going on Carnival Mardi Gras next year, but hopefully that pandemic crisis will soon end. It'll be done by next year. Definitely, either that or the world's gonna end. One of the two. I hope not. We still got long lives to live. Let's see. I think that the cruise staff were the big celebrities. Yeah, I think so too. They were around. Side note: stop talking bad about yourself. You're handsome and Alyssa's sexy. Thank you. I appreciate you, Kelly. Thank you. Yeah, but you can't. If you can't talk about yourself, like how comfortable are you with yourself? You know, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't mean everything that I say. I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm a decent looking guy. You know what I mean? I got my own problems here and there. I wish I was a little taller, but hey, whatever, whatever. John Worth. Wow, thank you so much for the wow for supporting the channel. Thank you for the super chat. My contribution to your new mic fund. Thank you. I need one, seriously. You know, honestly, I should just order it. But this thing, I gotta talk to. Yeah, seriously, Scott. I know you're gonna jump on that. I gotta talk to my guy because I don't want to just. My problem is, and it's not even just. I could go potentially buy a mic right now. I just want to make sure that I go buy the right microphone. Right? I don't know if I want one of those. Y'all see the podcast where they got the mic like all up in the camera? It's like literally taking up like half the screen. I don't know if I want to get one of those. I don't know if I want to, you know what I mean, have like another like a lapel mic. If I want to get a wireless mic, I just want to see what's going on as far as what I have planned for the future. Because to me, any investment that I make, I don't want to just say, all right, well, it's only $80. I'm gonna buy an $80 mic and I don't like it. Doesn't make sense. So I'm just not in a rush. On top of that, that other crappy one was doing okay for a little while, but I think it is time to reinvest. New to your channel, how is it being in Tampa right now? Tampa, well, first of all, somebody got shot and killed at the park down the street from my house yesterday. People don't know how to act out here. I've seen fights. I've seen people arguing. Tampa's a strange place, guys. Tampa's a strange place. Cool place, but strange. All right. We'll give Jay the best advice for mics. Yeah, I appreciate that, Rob. I need another mic, I know. Are the police crew? Yeah. Yeah, everybody for the most part. Actually, no, yeah, everybody technically is crew. The only people that aren't crew on board is maybe some of the specialty entertainers, the specialty acts. They technically aren't crew because they get to stay in, like, some may be in the crew areas. They're allowed to go in both areas. I would love to do that on the ship. Like, if I could be considered, like, a guest and crew, that'd be cool. Why don't I give news about Disney? Like, I don't know. I saw some news today about Disney. I mean, I'm going to read up on it, but thing is, Disney, like, what do you want to know about Disney? You mean like Disney cruises? Is that what you're asking? Takes less energy to be strong. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do try to present both sides. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. But no, like, what do you want to know about Disney? I mean, the thing is, like, I guess a lot of people just don't talk about Disney because there's just so much going on with Disney as a whole, and Disney isn't like a straight up cruise line, right? Like, they only got what, 4 ships? You know what I mean? They got more coming, but at the same time, like, I don't know. You don't hear a ton about Disney, and Disney is just such a touchy area, right? I'm not trying to get sued by Disney. If any cruise line is going to sue over nothing, it'd be Disney. That's the truth. Honest truth. Crew member from the Caribbean. Hope you're doing well, man. Are you on the ship from the Caribbean? All right. Do you think the crews are aware of the issues cruise lines are having with health departments, CDC? I'm trying to get home. They don't know everything. I mean, some of them do. Some of them do. Yeah, Disney is from what I understand, is great too. I haven't been on a Disney ship. But from my understanding, there's a lot of, I want to say it's like split. There's a lot of crew that are still completely in the dark, right? Especially more so the foreigners that aren't, let's say, you know, privy to like the news stations and whatnot and have families in certain areas and can communicate to people on a regular basis. There are some people that just aren't in the loop. So it depends. Like, there's some crew members that have no idea what's going on. There's some people on there that know everything that's going on. It just depends. Yeah, Disney is a little too pricey for my range. Maybe they'll support my channel by giving me like a free cruise or something. I don't know. Wishful thinking. All right, will the cruise lines report a death or illness-like symptoms to a foreign port right away? They have to. Technically, they have to. If there is a death on board, if there is any type of illness on board, especially if it's something like GI or like what we're dealing with right now and it's spreading, you're obligated. The cruise lines, by maritime law and just by law period, cruise lines have to report any type of illness on board. On NCL where you work, how much is a vacation hero card survey worth compared to a tip? Is it a survey better than $1? No, always tip cash. Those surveys are, yeah, the vacation hero is cool. It's nice to get recognized, but I would say just tip and cash. They'd appreciate that more. They really do. Tip. So, I mean, you could do that and a vacation hero if you want, but You should explain to everybody the concepts of delivering the WoW and gold standard of Royal Caribbean. I want to make a video about that, to be honest. I really do. Like, all this stuff going on, like, I mean, I think that's something I want to do later on whenever cruising comes back to normal. Because right now, obviously, we got our every cruise like vlogger or anybody talking about cruise ships, we got our hands full with all this, unfortunately, drama. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to just break all that stuff down, but I don't think it's the time. It won't get any views. And I'm not saying that in the sense that I want my channel to be so popular, right? But there's just certain things. Obviously, I'm putting the content out there because I want people to see it, right? I don't want people to mistake that for something else. I want my content seen, obviously. So to talk about, let's say, perks or anything like that at all, something that isn't related to when cruising resumes, this pandemic, anything like that, people aren't going to watch. That's a simple fact. Changes on board, they're not going to watch. Mardi Gras is a cruise ship. Yeah, definitely. All right, tips. Do crew have to share the tips with other crew members? I haven't heard any of them that do. Let's say if somebody is cleaning your room steward, and you tip them, they're not gonna have to go out and say, hey, look, somebody gave me a $20 bill. Let me give you the other half. Don't do it. They don't do it. So, all right. Oh man, I see how a port will deny entry to a cruise that can become a cruise to nowhere. Yeah, I can see that happening. Definitely. Why are so few cruise staff members parts of unions? Well, first of all, like that's what it defeats. Like cruise lines are already not in, let's say, owned by U.S. Like they have no ownership as far as like, you know, being a part of the United States or other like the UK, anything like that. They do it so they can dodge the labor laws. You can't just all of a sudden start up a union. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of legalities involving it. This is all I got. Kelly Green, thank you. You didn't even have to do that. Seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. You didn't even have to do that. But yeah, cruise lines just, you can't, that's like in some places, you can't just start a union, especially on top of that. You legally can't because you're a contractor. If you work on board a cruise ship, you're not an employee of any particular cruise line. You're a contractor, which means, first of all, you don't really get any type of health benefits. You don't get 401k. You don't get all that stuff. So, yeah. Do you sell shirts like the one you have? Yeah, if you join my Facebook group, I'm going to start pre-selling tomorrow, actually. And then I'm going to make a pitch on my video that I have tomorrow as well. It won't be long because I know a lot of people don't like that, but I will say something about the shirts being open. I'm going to do pre-sale, and then while my shirts are getting made, so let's say we do pre-sale, somebody orders sometime this week. It might be 3 weeks or so before they get the shirts, but I'm just going to do pre-sale so I can get the ball rolling for everybody. I'm new to cruising. Do you have one cabin steward or is it also an assistant steward? I've never had, thing is I haven't been on many cruises as a guest, to be honest with you, and I'm very open about that. If anybody else has, let me know, but have you ever had a steward and like a junior steward, like as far as 2 people cleaning your room, or you just have one person the whole cruise? On the cruises that I have been on, and even when I bought my girl on the NCL and we shared an actual guest cabin, we had the same steward, same stateroom steward the whole time, the whole cruise. So, I don't know if anybody else had anything different, let me know. All right, let's see. We do this every week, same time. I want to lock down a day to do these. I think doing this every week would be a good idea. Because, there's so much stuff going on. I know a lot of people have questions. So, maybe, if I were to do a live every Sunday, would you guys like that? You've always had 2 people? Okay. Yeah, I would assume. People have different shifts, so. All right. What can I do as a cruiser to help an employee even if we don't see them? That's the thing. A lot of people have been asking me that. You know, everybody wants to reach out and stuff to the crew members. But the thing is, like, there's just so many crew members dispersed around, like, the world, literally the entire world. So let's say a lot of people were saying I should start like a fundraiser or something like that or a charity. How am I going to get it to the people? You know what I mean? It's like this is an international thing. So I can't reach out to UNICEF or some other, like, you know what I mean, any type of charity group and expect them to go just take the funds over to the Philippines and then Uganda. It's not going to work that way. So it's just kind of hard pressed to even support the crew members in that front. The only thing that I'm doing as far as, I've looked into other things, but I am trying to do my best as far as putting out accurate content of what what might be going on with the crew members, or what is going on with the crew members rather. So I'm trying to support the best I can, but there's only so much that we can do for the crew members. So, All right, a weekly check. Okay, so I'm gonna look into it. I think maybe Sunday, every Sunday we might do that. Sunday we might do one. Just subscribe. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. So yeah, that might be the plan. I think every Sunday I have to talk with my guys as well though. I have to talk with my, you know, all my people on with my group chat. Rob, Scott, Diane. Okay, let me talk to my moderators and stuff and we'll go from there. So, I mean, honestly, I think I couldn't see anything changing right now. Like, whenever cruising does resume, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new info coming up for the next year or something like that. So maybe we'll do every Sunday. We'll look into it. I was going to say, is Royal going to sell in June? No, no, they're definitely not. I mean, like I said, I'll pull all my money out of my bank and just give it away if Royal Caribbean sells in June. I mean, who knows? Watch, with my luck, they might sell in June. But I don't see that happening. June is too soon. Cruise lines got to come out of cold layup. The regular world still has to open back up. There's just so much that has to happen. I do not see Royal Caribbean because I've been hearing that a lot. And a lot of people have been trying to argue with me in the comment section about Royal Caribbean restarting operations. Like, so if all this info you're saying is true, why is Royal Caribbean doing this and this and this? They're saying it because they have to look out for their bottom line at the end of the day. Nibbles, bro, appreciate it, man, with the super chat. Thank you so much. Did you ever get to enjoy Stirrup K while on NCL? Yeah, I did. Stirrup K is boring, to be honest. I didn't care much for Stirrup K. I really don't. If they sail in June, I want my 5 back. Okay, I got you. Deal. The 100, yeah, exactly. There's still the CDC no sale order. I'm telling you, like, it could potentially get taken away. It's not out of the cards, but still, that ain't happening. Is it safe bet that Royal Caribbean will not go in Alaska for the rest of 2020? Yeah. I mean, you got to think there's multiple cruise lines that have already canceled their Alaska cruises for the rest of the year. If you don't think the second largest cruise line in the world won't stop, on something that may not be profitable or may not be just an option, why wouldn't they? I could see that happening. They could shut down all sailings for Alaska in 2020. I could see that. All right, let's see what else we got. What's the situation with Royal Caribbean? No updates. What should we do about March 2021? That's a long way away, to be honest with you. I would say do nothing right now. Like, play it by ear. March 2021 is a long way away. Play it by ear. Don't cancel your cruise. Cruise lines will probably be back open by then. To some degree. We'll see. I'm curious to see how things are going to work for the cruise lines, especially without a vaccine. That's what I'm curious about. All right, have to remember a business will do whatever it can to survive. Yeah, well, you see they're firing people. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot, when things like this happen, there's going to be a lot of shady things that go on, even though that was never the intention. You're going to see companies like Royal Caribbean fire tons of people, over 1,000 people, and then suddenly have an acquisition and buy another company. These shady things happen in business at the end of the day because their one objective is to keep everything afloat. Do they care about the people? Yeah, to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, the people are somewhat, and I hate to say this, but if you work for a company, they want you for the value that you bring, right? You're a tool that's going to help them continue to keep the company growing and profitable. But if that is at risk, right, the chances of them making profitability, they're going to cut whatever they have to. It doesn't matter. They're not going to think about your family and whatever else you got going on, And I'm not saying that because out of hate. It's the truth. It really is. September 19th, I could see September happening. Do you know of any Caribbean ports opening up? No, definitely not. I know the one that may open, I've been reading about Barbados. I know they're still letting cruise lines come there as like a safe haven. They're not letting people off, but if they're being that, a lot of the revenue depends on the cruise ship. So they might be one of the first people to open back up. But we'll see. Are the cruise lines planning to sail at reduced capacity? It's going to happen either way. Whether the cruise lines force it or whether whether the people decide that they don't want to cruise, there's going to be less capacity, amount of people on board cruise ships when they do return. That's a guarantee. There's nothing that's going to stop that, right? Unless everybody around the world is going to decide to cash in on their future cruise credit immediately after cruising resumes, which I seriously doubt. Cruise lines don't have to, self-police themselves. They're not going to have to do that because people are going to not cruise whenever they return anyway. Everybody's still going to be a little skeptical when cruising does finally resume operations. That's a fact. July 5th. Yeah. No. Did you cancel? What'd you do? You take the cruise credit? You think that cruising will come back to New York or Boston? Eventually. Yeah, eventually. When I was on the Escape, when I was working on the NCL Escape, my ship was out of New York. I hate New York, but we were out of New York. Most cruise lines have paused to the end of September. Exactly. Yeah, Rob, exactly. But again, that's why I'm telling everybody. I think, again, that's just my opinion. My aim, or at least what I'm thinking cruise lines will resume, is October, September, around that area, probably more in September. What about the Hawaii sale in October 2020? It could happen. It could happen. If the U.S. opens back up, it could happen. Pride of America could be opened back up. Who knows? What about the charter cruises? Who determines to go or not? What do you mean? I think that's a good, actually, you know what? That is a good question. Like, who determines what crew members go? They might be doing it by country, to be honest with you, as far as the charters, right? Because you got 70, 80 different nationalities on board. Carnival's better, by the way, Nathan. Carnival's better. If they got 80 nationalities, they're probably determining by saying, all right, well, who's from the Philippines? And there's going to be a lot of them on board each and every ship. They're probably going to go by positions, departments, ranks, who knows? How can you hate New York? It's the best. No, New York is not the best. I don't care what nobody says. I don't believe in a place where, first of all, you could be making six figures and still be considered poor or not making a lot of money. That's not the place for me. On top of that, it's just too busy. I like big cities, but New York is too much. It's like its own little world. I don't care much for New York. Not my thing. Do you think they're going to hire more people? I'm actually a new hire, and they have me on waiting. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I think they're going to hire new people. They have no choice. Some people are never going to work for cruise lines again. That's a fact. Some people are just not going to work for cruise lines after this is over. Can you share any shady ship practices? Are the rumors that the galley managers order food and brought into the crew cabins to avoid inspection? Hold on. How about not allowing breaks? Hold on. Give me a second. It depends, really. I mean, there's always shady stuff going on with any type of industry. But as far as the rumors, sorry, what was that? The rumors that galley managers order food to be brought into their crew cabins to avoid inspection. Yeah, yeah, that stuff happens. Oh yeah, of course it happens. There's shady stuff that's happening all the time on board the ships, right? There are people that are, not every ship, but still, there are people that are smuggling drugs because the cruise line is the same thing as an airplane, right? There are people smuggling dope. You got guys that are maybe from Jamaica, something like that are cool with the security officers, and they have just all these deals and stuff, right? You go to the spa. There's girls in there prostituting. I can promise you that. There was some on my ship. But you gotta think, if this stuff happens on land, it happens on the cruise ship too, especially on the ship. More controlled area. There's plenty of shady things. I could talk about that all day. I could have a full-fledged episode talking about all the shady business that goes on board cruise ships. I promise you, there's so much. Y'all don't even want to know. All right, let's see. I would love to cruise again. I'm a Carnival VIP member, even though I love to cruise. I work for the Atlanta Braves Air Stadium. We got a brand new 2-story movie theater in Battery, Atlanta. That's good. Wow, congrats to that. That's cool. Oh, but I mean, are you gonna jump back on the ship whenever they open back up and resume operations? I'm a nurse that takes care of COVID patients, and it is nasty. I want everybody to be safe, employees and cruisers. It's not easy. No, I believe that. I have nothing but nurses in my family. My 2 sisters are nurses. My 3 cousins are nurses. You know, trust me, I understand it's a crappy thing to deal with. Thank you for all your hard work, seriously. I followed Don. He says cruising will stop until 2021. Yeah, Bruce said the same thing. I'm trying not to be that guy because especially they're a little bit more vetted in, so people aren't going to knock on them as much. If I say it, everybody's going to attack me. So I'm not going to go there yet. I've made a video talking about why it could happen, but I'm not going to say cruising is going to stop till 2021. I'm still going to say late in the year, fall, maybe later. Something around that. Fall at the earliest. October, September, around that time. All right, let's see. What ship am I on? I'm not on any ship. I worked with NCL. That was the last cruise line I worked with when I started my channel. I was on the Escape last year until about February. So the beginning of February, beginning of last year, 2019, was my last time working on board a cruise ship. All right, let's see. With a threat requesting the 70 and over group older, having the doctors know to cruise, wouldn't that be a discrimination? And yeah, that'd be discrimination. Open themselves for lawsuit? Oh yeah. Yeah, me and one of my moderators from my Facebook group, Scott, we talked about that. Yeah, that the lawyers would have a field day if cruise lines do that. On top of that, that's a big chunk of cruise lines. That's the big chunk of their demographic. They're gonna lose a lot of money if people that are older and retired don't want to go on. How was the Escape? The Escape is cool ship. You check it out, beautiful ship. Check out the Escape if you haven't been on there. I love that ship. Do you think prices are going to jump due to them being down for so long? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Prices will definitely go up. But it's just hard to see what strategy they're going to use, right? Because it's like, it depends how they play it. Because naturally, you would think that when all of this is over, they may try to, actually they will at some point in time. But I think for a shorter time than we'd like to admit, they're going to come out with those wild deals and things to bring people in, right? And then once they get a good solid base of people in, they're going to maybe, up the price, I think, almost as soon as they can because they got to make that revenue back. Or it could work vice versa. They could lower the price later on. Who knows? Because they want to tempt people back in later on when cruising is a little bit more established, if you know what I mean. Like, when people are still going to be on edge, and they may not want to cruise so quickly, so it may still be expensive. So, time will tell. Maddie Ryan, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What do we want to know about the Shady stuff? Oh, we do want to know about the Shady stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. And we'll pay you well. I got you. What would you want to know? Because I've done like in my earlier videos, I know nobody looks back, but if you go on the filter of my videos, because I got I think over 100 or 80 something videos now or whatever, maybe even 100. I don't know. I haven't checked. If you look at my older videos, that's all I talked about was all the shady stuff going on. Just straight truth. Honesty stuff that was going on board the ship, my stories, all that stuff. Why is Royal Caribbean holding off on making this announcement that they aren't cruising next month? Because they don't care about what the people are thinking. They're caring about their bottom line. They're looking at how they're going to reorganize before they make that next announcement. How are they going to structure the cancellations? That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about letting us know, the people, when they're going to resume. They got bigger problems right now. The last thing they care about is what we think. When we know that cruising is going to open back up, that's what they're worried about. Their bottom line is worrying, making sure they're structured and organized for the next wave of cancellations. They will cancel though. Real trying to get their crew. Yeah, exactly. They're also busy. I always look at your old video. I think when things calm back down, I might bring the stories back because I think people like them. They didn't get a ton of views. Maybe my channel is just a little bit bigger now, but I might bring the stories back. Do you think No. Yeah. I think we keep getting a bunch of newer people, which I'm fine with, but they keep asking if Royal Caribbean is going to sell in June. No, definitely not. Definitely not. But you like travel, why not go back? Because I don't care much for cruise ship travel as far as working. Like being on a ship for 6 months out of the year. First of all, I've been doing this type of travel where I'm gone for 6 months out of the year for the past 10 years. Right? I've been taking contracts. I've been doing shows. I was working for the Harlem Globetrotters for 7 years. So I would leave on Christmas and I'd be gone for 6 months out of the year. Leaving on Christmas Day, traveling all over the world, and then I come back and it's just there's so much that goes into it, right? If I take a 6-month contract, I have to pack up everything, minimize all my bills, reorganize, maybe sell my car, and then go for 6 months in this giant fantasy world. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm entertainment, I'm gonna have more time than I need, right? I can read all I want, work out, but you can only do so much of that. So you're talking about 6 months of basically not having a life except this generic fantasy on board cruise ships, and then I have to come back home and readjust. That's why I don't want to take another contract. I'd rather go buy my own plane tickets like I do, go to Europe, wherever it is that I want to go to Mexico and enjoy myself as opposed to being on, it's nice to be on a company dollar, but you waste a lot of time. You really do. All right. Of course, I will go back to cruising once the whole pandemic is over and never go back, never come back again. Because cruising is wonderful in a hotel, water overseas. Yeah, I agree. Which ports are open from July 11th? No ports are open on July 11th. I could not see that. Royal and Celebrity are working very hard to send the crew members home. Yeah, they are. I believe it. In my own opinion, Shady-wise, I don't think people care about the crew or hooking up and drink. I think the passengers, what directly affects them in food and Ah, okay, bring it back to their cabin to avoid inspection. Okay, no, that makes sense. So maybe I'll bring that stuff up whenever we resume normality, whenever cruises are actually going on. Royal Caribbean in August, what are the chances? I don't see August happening. I'm not really optimistic about August. Just because there's so much stuff that still has to happen. What is the appropriate tip for a cabin stateroom steward on a 7-day cruise? I mean, there is no way to answer that, to be honest with you. People ask that stuff a lot, and the truth is, it's whatever you can afford, right? I mean, if you can give them a $5 or $10 bill or something like that every day, that'd be great. You know what I mean? Like, don't just not pay them, or give them like a $10 bill at the end of your, you know what I mean? My personal opinion. So, do you advise on the Cheers package? You mean like a drink package? I always get the drink package. Always. 25 per head. Yeah. $10 per day. Yeah. I mean, like, who's to say what the correct tip amount is? You know what I mean? Like, most places, like, you go to a restaurant, they say 15% or whatever. But I think it's whatever you can afford. You know what I mean? Just give them something. I feel the cruise industry should lay low and focus on cleaning and sanitizing and start fresh in 2021. I also agree, but I mean, that's the thing. I would like to get on the ship as soon as I can, but I agree on that front as well. Go home, go relax, restructure, reorganize, because they're going to try and rush back in, and the world is not going to be ready for that yet, right? So I don't know. That's a hard thing to say. That really is. I mean, you can't, whatever. How long do it take to hire and retain new employees coming on board a ship? Months. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, smash that like button for me, guys, if you haven't already. It takes months to get a crew member on board, right? Because there's just if they haven't been to the doctor, they got to go get a physical done. They got to get cleared to be on the ship, right? They got to get a physical done. They got to get their shots. They got to get all that stuff, and then after that, they have to train, and then they go on the ship. All right. How did you get over your nerves? Talk so many people on YouTube. I talk a lot. I mean, I'm a guy, like, I've been around so many, like, strangers. Like, back when I was working for the Harlem Globetrotters, and even when I was working at the Distinct Park Busch Gardens, I was a stage manager, right? So I had to just talk with celebrities, athletes, dance moms, all the time, every day. We were in a different city literally every single day. So I had to talk to strangers every day. And I have an outgoing personality. I don't know, maybe that helps a little bit. But it didn't start out that way. Go watch my first couple videos. You see me stuttering and whatever else, all over the place. I can't bench press anything right now. Nothing. Look at this. Look at this. I look like I need to get back in the gym. Our gym's open tomorrow. I'm back in there. I can't bench press anything. I'm small. I'm tiny. I swear I wasn't even this small in high school. So, yeah, but it takes a while. It takes a while for crew members to get hired on board ships. Let's see. Do you think they will open only so many bars on the ship? Yeah, I think so. I think they will only open so many bars on the ship. Yeah, I'm flabby. Y'all see the teacher arm? Show you again. Look at the teacher arm. You know what I mean? Like, the teacher's writing on the wall, and it's all flappy. That's what's happening to me right now. I look disgusting. All right. I will go like a Facebook page and follow you but tune into my page as I will go live in the stadium once it opens back up. What stadium? What stadium we talking about? I will be making live videos about the ballpark and the Battery. Okay. Well, hit me up. Like, give me a link or something, man. Get it on Facebook. Heard the cruise will resume operations on July. July is not going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I'll be very, very, very extremely surprised if it does. As an avid cruiser, we are bored and cannot wait for cruise to tell us the estimate of when they will cruise again. I agree. It's annoying, but we're in an inconvenience time in the world right now. Do you think the cruise lines will take a % of the automatic tips? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're not just going to let money go to waste. Yeah. Not all. You know what I mean? So, do you think Royal Caribbean Mariner, you said Mariner, maybe, will cruise in July? No, I don't see that happening. We were supposed to sail on the Oasis. Oh my God. Did you get a refund? How'd that work for you? What'd you do? Did you get the cruise credit? All right. How can ships sail before a vaccine is available? What if they have more outbreaks on board? That is $1 million question. You're right. What are they gonna do? Right? They gotta, you know what I mean? Social distancing is not gonna work. That's why you have people like Don and I believe somebody said Don was saying it too, but you got somebody, I know for a fact, Bruce was saying cruising is not gonna start for the rest of the year. right? Bruce even went further to say that cruising may not resume until 2022. That's a stretch for me. I'm not jumping on that one. But for the rest of the year, I could see that. But at the same time, our president, Donald Trump, he did say that they're going to have he told everybody that they're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year. Do I believe it? No, I don't believe that. But that's what he announced to the people. They said they're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year. That's what's being talked about anyway. But we'll see how that goes. It's going to be difficult if cruising if they don't have a vaccine, because if one person gets it, it's over. It's a wrap. I promise you. Like, not for the entire industry, but it's going to cause a lot of problems. It's not that I listen to Trump. The thing is, I'm not left, right, center. I just try to stay aware of what's going on. And it was all in my face that Trump announced that they were going to have a vaccine, but for the American people, or 100,000 vaccines by the end of the year. I don't believe it, but we'll see. All right. Do you know what you look like, Jimmy Walker? People tell me I look like a lot of people. Is Jimmy Walker ugly? JT, are you calling me ugly? Because it hurts my feelings, man. Let me know. They should let you sail, yo. Yeah. I am going to sail. As soon as sailing opens back up, I'm out there. Let you guys know what's going on. Hopefully I don't get the Rona though. We'll see. I always tip more in cash to the crew all over the ship. I knew that the automatic tips are worded on their website like it goes to the crew rope. They take their cut first, of course. Yeah. Welcome to business. There's been rumors in the UK suggest that the beginning of 2021. Don't know how. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that over in the UK they're not having any cruises for the rest of the year till 2021. But it's also pretty bad over there too. I got friends over in Ireland, London. They still on lockdown. So we'll see. We will see. As for the casinos and other areas that attract a lot of people, what the cruise line is going to do? They can't. Who is going to manage that crowd? The security? No. The security, they're shorter than me, and I'm 5'6". I'm just being real. Like they might have that one guy on board the ship out of the 10, 11 security guards, or however many. It's not a lot of security guards. They don't have enough security and the size and the presence in order to get people to separate. Security can't do anything. That's just me being real, right? Security can't do much on board these ships. I've seen it happen plenty of times. I've seen a fight break out, right? And if it wasn't for that 164 guy to help break it up, security would have been in trouble. They would have had to use the mace or whatever it is that they carry with them. So who's going to enforce social distancing on board ships? Can't. You know what I mean? Like, all it takes are those couple of entitled people on board the ship, and the whole idea of social distancing falls apart. And I guarantee you they're going to be out there. I promise you. All the Karens, I'm sorry if anybody's named Karen, but they're all going to be out there. The complainers are going to be there because they're going to say, well, I paid thousands of dollars for my cruise. I can do whatever I want. That is going to be the number one line when social distancing comes on board ships. I promise you. All right. Heard that Seychelles, Indian Ocean has closed all cruising until 2022. Their tourism industry will suffer. Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, whatever, I don't blame them. You know what I mean? Like, they're their own place. They can do what they want. So I know a lot of people are getting mad about that, but hey, they can do what they want. If they want to lock down, then by all means. Hopefully, there's some kind of government aid for those people that, make the revenue off the tourism. So we pay gratuities, but who is it for? Do the entertainment up front? No. I wish we got a cut. No. That goes to, man, to be honest with you, like maybe, I don't know, the cooks in the back, I believe, right? Because I've heard so many different people saying they don't get tips. I heard so many people saying they do. So, hold on, what do you say? Oh yeah, the Karens are mad now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. The Brave Stadium is your Facebook page, link on your YouTube channel. Yeah, well, my group page. So follow that, and then from there, look me up on my group page, and then just add me as a friend. All right, I'm from Devon, but I need to go to London for the United States Embassy to get my C1D. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell people, right? There's so much stuff that has to happen for, like, the crew to get back on ships. It's not just so cut and dry as they write the contract, the crew member comes on. If the crew can't come back to the ships, the cruise ships ain't sailing. And that's going to take a while. It's going to take a long time for them to do that. So we got to be mindful of that. Tip good. Yeah, you should. United. All right, let's see. Yes, you're right. One bot person gets the COVID, it will spread like wildfire. But remember, outside, wash hands, wear mask. I would get outside the balcony cabin. Got to be careful. Yeah, you're right. But who's gonna want to go pay for a cruise and then have to wear their mask 24/7 around that ship? It's already stuffy in some of those ships. Who's gonna want to do it? Do you think the Caribbean opened in September? I hope so. I'd like to go back to the Bahamas. That's at the very earliest. I would say that's when the Bahamas or when the Caribbean is gonna open back up. August or October, September, something around that time. At the very earliest. What about countries such as Jamaica, Honduras, Belize? Those countries are anxious for the cruise lines need to resume, need the passengers to come to the island to buy their souvenirs, etc. Don't matter. The governments are going to put the safety first. Those people are going to suffer until, unfortunately, they're going to suffer until the cruise lines open back up, and and the government agrees with them being able to come into port. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are going to struggle through this, unfortunately, and there's only so much that anybody can really do right now. No, the world's not ending. I hope not. We'll see. I don't know. It's a weird time. It's a weird time. What if that 2012 prediction was the other way around? Anybody think about that? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I heard somebody said that before. I had to use it. All right. Well, we were supposed to leave for a cruise region out of Israel in 2 days. We had planned. What did you do? Did you take the future cruise credit or did you get a refund? So how do the entertainers get their tips? We don't get tips. The entertainers don't get tips. Some people take them right up front. Like my friend Orly, he was a musician on board, and he had his little private sets that he would do. People would come by and slip him a 20 here and there, and then another 10 here and there. And another girl would come by and slip the number to tell him to come to the cabin. So he didn't do that one. But yeah, they take the tips privately. You know what I mean? Or they may have like their open guitar case, and people can tip that way. But it varies with the cruise line in their contract that they have available to them. Favorite cruise line and why? I mean, I like Royal Caribbean, to be honest. Like I've been on a ton of ships with Royal Caribbean, but from what I like how they structure their things. I don't like the decisions they're making right now. But on a normal day with Royal Caribbean, I think you can get like the best of both worlds. Like if you want to chill, relax, you can do that on Royal Caribbean. If you want to party, like really, really party, you can do that with Royal Caribbean. They have a lot of options. Like they got that on one ship. What is that? Anthem of the Seas, I think. Spectrum. They got that giant rock climbing thing. They got indoor skydiving. They just have the best ships. If you like bigger ships, Royal Caribbean's the go-to for sure. All right, let's see. Maybe you can go race in Newport. What do you mean? Like a foot race? Because nobody can beat me. Can I just say your moderators are amazing? I've seen a lot of their vids where mods couldn't be bothered. Yeah, my mods are amazing. They are the best. They are the best. That's right. I'm talking about Vapin' Rob. We got Scott, Lance. Scott, by the way, my last name is Scott too. I don't know if you saw that before. So your first name is my last name. How cool is that? And then we got Diane. And she's amazing. We got to bring them on for a live at some point. Maybe we'll do like a little, FaceTime or whatever and just have you guys, because they all got knowledge on completely different things than I do as well. So like you got Scott, he's a musician, so we might have a live stream with that talking about entertainment stuff. We got Rob, travel agent. We're going to bring him on, right? Diane, man, she every time I turn around, she's in like the most expensive loft suites on board the ship. So we might bring her on, talk about that stuff. And yeah, that's the plan at some point with the channel. So we'll probably start implementing that soon, because I know a lot of guys have a lot of questions for, that whole thing. Oh, you mix engineering as well. Okay then, so perfect. Because I don't know nothing about that. So we'll have to just maybe have like an episode where we just do a live for that. Mix shows on board. Yeah. So we might just do like a special dedicated episode between you, Diane, and Rob. Go from there. So we'll see. Hopefully people will like that. I'm sure they would. Oasis and Anthem are both great. Yeah, they are. They really, really are. A lot of variety. Hi, how are you? I can't wait to go back on board. I'm one of the crew. I'm on the celebrity. Which celebrity ship? But I'm home. Very lucky to be home. I'm sure you are. When did you get home? Because I got a friend of mine. So there's it's so funny. There's this girl that I was working on board. So she was always drinking. She worked in the spa. And like it was crazy because the first time I met her, she was trying to hook up with me, but she was really drunk. Right, we're at the crew bar and she's like touching all over me. I found out the next day that she's a lesbian, which whatever, I ain't no problem with it, but I was just so surprised. But ever since then, me and her have been like this. We're so cool with each other, but she's always drunk. After doing her massages, she's drunk. Like, she'll go to the crew bar and she'll grab a bunch of beers, and she's like one of the guys. She'll just sit down, unbuckle her button so she can let her stomach fully out and just start drinking, kicking it. But right now, she is stuck in a hotel for who knows how long. I was talking to her yesterday, FaceTiming, and she said she doesn't know how long she can be stuck in the hotel. So she has to wait for her test results, and then after the test results, she said she might get another 14 days of quarantine, but she's 45 minutes from her house and she can't go home. So, crappy situation. Really crappy situation. But I miss my drunkie. Cool person. All right. What was your position on the ship? I was a break dancer and acrobat. I did a Broadway show on board called After Midnight on the NCL Escape. And then I was part of the Fun Force for a little while with weekend fly-ons with Carnival Cruise Lines. So, all right, let's see. I'm still waiting on my future cruise credit to get corrected. I have, Royal, oh, you've called Royal, okay. Sorry, I was mistyped. Called Royal every 3 days to extend my final payment. Should I make the final payment for a cruise in July? I mean, I don't see July happening. That's up to you. I wouldn't personally, but that's completely up to you. Have the mods got the channel? I'll subscribe. You should. I appreciate it. Thank you. Keep the info coming for you. All right, let's see what else we got. Think Scarlet Lady will survive without old folks? It depends how they structure things, right? The Scarlet Lady is an experiment, in my opinion. I'd love to go on that ship. If they do it right, that ship will blow a lot of cruise lines out of the water. In my opinion, I think so. They'll do good. All right, let's see. Do you think COVID will break out like it did before on ships and start cruising? It might break out here. The economies are opening up and everything. I think it might end up breaking out here before it even gets back to the cruise ships. Do you give any kind of cruises like hotel? Wait, do you give the kind of cruises like in Hotel Transylvania? What do you mean? Do I give them? Because I mean, I don't have any cruise ships, man. How long did you work for the Harlem Globetrotters? 7 years I was with the Harlem Globetrotters. 7 years, 6-month contract every single year. So I went to, every state in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, and 37 countries with them. I've seen After Midnight, and I believe on the Carnival ship you just said, I've seen it twice, Broadway show in Harlem. Yep. Yeah, so I was the first breakdancer they ever brought on board the ship. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't think they weren't too happy about that, because every time I would dance and like do my hand hops and flips and stuff, people would go crazy and just kind of like overtake the show. So, because like even if the ship was like rocking, I was still like spinning on my head and doing backflips because I got, why not have some fun? Let's see. Heard anybody from your mystery contact on Majesty? I've heard options with freedom. What do you mean? Like, no, I haven't. Oh wait, from your mystery contact on. No, I haven't heard anything. No, I gotta hit them up actually later today. Like, cause the person that hit me up on Majesty isn't like a friend. You know what I mean? Like, it was just somebody that reached out to me via email. But I've been getting emails literally all day. That's probably like the hardest thing, keeping up with all the people that contact you with YouTube. I have people hitting me up on Facebook Messenger, Instagram. So, and I've been getting flooded all day with emails, which it never stops. There are people companies that want to do brand deals, work with my channel, and then in between that, I got personal messages. I have a couple different email accounts, but I don't know. I haven't even touched my email. I can't. I really can't right now. So they might have reached out to me. I'll have to double check. And if there's an update on what's going on, Majesty of the Seas, I'll definitely make an update video. So, yeah. All right, the ship life should have been on the breeze now. Been able to transfer funds. Had booked in January with chuck and change back. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been nice. Booked the balcony on the breeze suite. Wow. I hope it all works out for you. I really do. No drama. What does that mean, no drama? All right, could you expand on why you think Virgin Voyages is an experiment? It isn't all that different from other cruise lines beyond the buffet being for food and no kids. The no kids is a big thing, which I think, I've never understood why people bring like little toddlers on board anyway. I really don't. I think it's an experiment just because of the fact that they're announcing what their demographic is going to be. You know what I mean? Like cruise lines, you can always just kind of make it clear what your target audience is, but they're saying they're not targeting older people that typically have the money. So you're trying to target young people, and then you have the price the way it is. As far as I'm concerned, that's an experiment. You know what I mean? Like if you look at it from that perspective, that's an experiment. And I'm not saying it's like an experiment gone wrong. I think what they're doing is great. I've been telling people since day one, I want to get on Scarlet Lady ASAP. Yeah, it was designed by non-crews. That's why they're saying like the rooms look like IKEA rooms, and you got that tiny pool on that ship. I hope they're fixing that. Yeah, Diane. As soon as I said it, no, for real, they get that little tiny like baby pool on board the ship. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with that? So, yeah, yeah, Janet, I do plan on doing a group cruise at some point. As soon as I figure out how to organize it, we'll see. I'm new to this whole cruising as a guest thing. All right, like I've only done so many, so we'll see. Yeah, they do got a little kiddie pool. Hold on, I missed a couple questions. Let's see. I think. Have you thought about doing a? Yeah, I have thought about it. Yeah, like I said, I do plan on doing a group cruise. If you guys can tolerate me, I'm telling you, we'll see. You guys notice I got a lot of energy. All right. And I'm that guy that wants to go do all the crazier, expeditions and stuff that they have on board. So we'll see. We'll get everything sorted out, and then we'll kind of go from there. I'm not setting anything up right now for a group cruise, but I do plan on doing one at some point in time. That's the plan. So we'll see. All right. Can you show me some moves of the 80s dance party in the Vista? What do you mean, like right now? What do you mean? All right. Yeah. Well, Rob, we'll have to get with you, man. I don't know. Maybe you can organize, you know what I mean? Help me organize like a group cruise at some point. We'll see. Symphony. I haven't been on Symphony. I've seen it. I have friends that have been on it. Go on, man. Dance. No, man. Come on. Look at me, man. I'm getting fat. Did you see this already? The teacher arm? You think I can break dance right now, man? What do you want me to do? Just clear out my apartment and just start dancing? When you work for a cruise line, do you get deals on cruises and friends? Yeah, I got huge discounts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, there was always ways. There were ways to get, will keep you fit. Yeah, I'm actually going to go practice after this. So, yeah. So, what will your absolute dream itinerary cruise be? I don't know. There's so many ports. Like, I don't know. I would love to go back to Bermuda. I love that place. I don't know why. We went there so much. I know where all the cool spots are. I would love to go back to Bermuda and maybe do my dream cruise would be any world cruise, to be honest. I would love to do like a world cruise. If I have the time, I want to do like that cruise that we're gone for like a month. And it doesn't really matter. As long as we go outside of the Caribbean, I'm cool with that. All right, hold on. Would I consider working for other cruise lines? If the money was right, I don't really care to be on a cruise ship for another 6 months. I really don't. So, it's British. Whoa, hey, I didn't say all that, all right? British people are cool, all right? But British people also made Bermuda extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. Did I see the pink? Yeah, of course. I got plenty of pictures. I didn't care much for the pink beach, though. It's called Horseshoe Beach. I'm not a huge fan. There's some cool rocks that I climbed on. Fell a couple times, started bleeding. I usually go to Glass Beach, though. You guys ever been there? It's usually kind of like hidden. Cool spot. That's a cool place to go. Be a cool place to watch the sunset. Us British get blamed for everything. Nah, British are cool people. All right. I used to have an obsession with British girls. Loved it. Loved the accent. But I'm just saying that the British over there, like I swear, I bought a hamburger there for me and my girl. Like we bought 2 hamburgers, a beer, and it came out to like $100 USD. After everything was said and done, like we got a beer, some drinks, some chips, and it was ridiculous. It didn't make sense. It was like $70, something like that after tips. It's crazy. It was a good burger though. Do you like Norwegian cruise ships? Yeah, Norwegian's cool. It can be weird sometimes, but Norwegian's cool. No problem with Norwegian. All right. What is with the Americans in our accents? Everybody likes an accent. Everybody has like an accent that they like. I mean, with American, you only have like so many that you can choose from. Nobody's going to be able to tell the difference between, let's say, I don't know, English and somebody that's from, I don't know, South Wales or wherever. Like, people just aren't going to be able to distinguish that. So they just kind of put everybody in the British category. But we naturally just like it. I don't know, British, like the movies, as far as British accent, the movies have made British accents just sound so fancy. I think that's probably the best reason why, right? They've made it just sound so like upscale. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my personal opinion. Like if I see a girl with a British accent, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm thinking like Austin Powers or something. Do you make good tips on the ship? No, I don't make any tips. I don't get tips. I was in a Broadway show. We didn't get tips on board. So, but yeah, no, I like British girls, but my girlfriend's French. You know what I mean? But it just depends. I like Russian accents if they're speaking English. Do you know about any Norwegian's Unlimited Arcade game package? I haven't heard of it. I don't know if they have one of those. They might have some kind of package you can buy when you're physically in the arcade. Actually, no, I know for a fact. My bad. There's a card. If you go in the arcade, there's like a machine, and you can print out a card, and you can just load money on it, or you can buy that all cruise deal. At least they had that on Norwegian. I don't think you can purchase that before you get on board the ship. So you'd have to go to the arcade on board the ship, and then go from there. What? Hold on, Rob. What's wrong with Austin Powers? Groovy, baby. I love Austin Powers, man. It's a big deal in America. All right. Karenko, what is that? Oh, it was expensive. Pop in the casino by the marina, sit at a nickel slot machine, enjoy the soft drinks. Yeah, could be, but I'm not that guy. I'm not the kind of guy that just likes to sit down. That's not me. Could you post a video listing your favorite locations and all the ports you visited? Yeah, I could, but the thing is, I don't think anybody would really want to sit here and hear me talk about different ports. I'd rather, like, when all this is over, I'd rather just go visit them, to be honest with you, because I'm such an adventurous guy. I'd rather just be able to physically go to the port rather than just talking about it. So that's my plan. Like, I would love to just go back on cruises whenever this is done and go check out other ports physically. I think people would want to see that more than anything, more than they would want to actually sit here and hear me talk about how great the ports are. You don't like sharks with laser. Oh, you don't like freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Come on, Rob. Do you hate Austin Powers? I'm confused. Is it because you live in the UK? Do you hate Austin? Do people in the UK hate Austin Powers? I'm confused. Come on, because Austin Powers is that deal. All right, seriously. Darlene Brown from Roseville, Georgia. Rossville, sorry. Hey, Darlene, how you doing? We have all crossed to bear. What do you mean? Do you think they'll go away with the buffets on cruise ships? I hope not. That'll be bad news for the cruise lines if they do. That'd be bad news, seriously. Have you ever thought to get on a cruise with your followers? Yeah, I'm next year sometime I'm going to, given that my channel doesn't die or some weird like that. We'll see. I do plan on doing some kind of group cruise. I want to arrange that whenever cruising does open back up. That's the plan. But I don't know, guys. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'm one of those people that either you love me or you hate me. You think I'm the most annoying person in the world. That's the kind of personality that I have. I can be chill, but when I'm having fun, I enjoy myself. I don't hold back. So we'll see. Well, I do plan on setting up a group cruise though. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to stay on for about like maybe 5 more minutes, answer a couple more questions, and we'll go from there, right? Then we're going to wrap it up, get up out of here, that whole thing. So, yeah. Is there a secret place in Suntan? Yeah, so on the Escape, we had a place called Deck 8. So it's like literally the very front of the ship where the guests aren't allowed to go to on our ship. So we would go out there, tan, hang out. That was our spot. 3 live chats. Yeah, it's Sunday. I think everybody's just like, the thing is, I enjoy the live chats, and I know, who is it, Bruce? He's been doing a lot of them. I don't mind the live chats. I enjoy them because to make, let's say, an actual video, to make a 10-minute video, it takes so long. It really does. It takes so long. Like, by the time you do your research, by the time you plan out the script, by the time you mess up over and over again trying to record one piece of the video and then edit it, it's a long process. It really is. So it's just easier sometimes to do a live. I actually enjoy the live. So it's Sunday. Everybody wants to just kind of relax, chill, not have to sit here and write out all this stuff and just talk. 70s party. I don't know. I'm sure that was fun. I'm sure it was. How about a shout out for the Brits? All right, yeah. Shout out to the Brits. You guys are cool. I can't wait to get back over that way. I'm trying to ASAP. Just found the like button, Bear. I'm glad you did. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. You got any more questions? Because like I said, I'm gonna start wrapping up. So, yeah. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, smash that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Bruce, hold on. Bruce can't upload. Really? Is that what he said? I've never heard somebody having an upload problem. I'm not saying he's lying, but I don't know. I don't know, maybe. I've never seen somebody have an upload problem. And I watch a lot of YouTubers. You're almost better off making a 2-hour video than make a 15 video because of all the prep. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Some people do that on YouTube. They just do lives all day. But at the same time, like some people just don't want to sit around and hear a live for 2 hours. A lot of people don't have the time, right? Think about it this way. Like my videos, people usually watch anywhere from 50 to 60%, which is good because you want the majority of people to watch most of your video. That's how YouTube promotes it to more people. If people can't even watch the whole 10 minutes of my videos, they're not going to watch this. They'll watch a piece of this, maybe skip around, and then that'll be it. Keep the updates coming. Oh, I definitely will. I definitely will. Husband and I are scheduled. When are you scheduled to sail, darling? Any secret places on the ship the passenger can access that most don't know about? Not really. I mean, they cruise lines run a tight ship. No pun intended, by the way. But they run a tight ship. Like, there's places you can go to where somebody won't catch you immediately, but I can't say. It just depends on the ship, really. It depends on the ship. Have a good evening, everybody. Have a good week. Oh, no, see you later, Eddie. Take care. Super chats put you on top. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I'm probably going to do this once a week. That's the plan. That's definitely the plan. Okay, on the breeze. Nice. November 7th. That's a day before my birthday. Okay, nice. Yep, so anyway, guys, I'm going to take a couple more questions, but the thing is, I also just want to repitch it for the new people that are here. I am going to start doing pre-sales for my merchandise. I got Shiplife. I got more of these t-shirts coming out. I got sweatshirts coming out. Or not sweatshirts, hoodies coming out, tank tops, women's tank tops. I'll be doing pre-sales starting tomorrow, so just be on the lookout for that. How do you sneak alcohol onto the ship? I mean, it's not that hard, really. Just don't get caught. Like, you can know the right people. You can know some of the security, be cool with them. You can tuck it in the right places in your bag. It just depends, really. You know, there's so many ways. Virtual surveillance everywhere. Don't think about sneaking around places you're not supposed to be. You are right. You're right. Seriously. You got to be careful out there in the ship streets. They'll get you. Birthday is November 6th. Oh, okay, Scorpios. We're the best people. We are the best people. Seriously. Hopefully it will sail. I hope so too. I mean, I could see November happening. I would love taking another cruise for my birthday too. I've seen some cruises going out on that day out of Port Canaveral I might jump on. We'll see. Some questions you just don't ask. Questions like what? Aquarius. Nah, get that out of here, Diane. Get that out. October? Okay, October 29th. Guys, I don't care what nobody says. Scorpios are the best people, all right? We can hold a grudge, which is not a bad thing. We're sensitive. We're caring. We're loving. We're good at other things. Adult things. I don't know if we got kids watching. We're good at adult things, too. Scorpios. We're the best. Nobody can argue. Aquarius are trash, guys. Scorpios? That's right. Gemini, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, guys, don't get into this with me. You'll lose. Geminis are not, all right, fine, I'm sorry, but Geminis aren't that great. Nobody likes Gemini. Nobody likes Geminis. Everyone loves a Scorpio. Everyone. Don't come in here, Cancer. Get out of here. Get out of here. What do you think about more buffet? No, I'm going to do a video. All right, you know, it's settled. I'm going to do a buffet. I'm going to do a buffet video tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow, for tomorrow's video. That's the plan. We're going to talk about the buffet. And I'm going to sound, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell y'all right now, since you're watching this, I'm going to sound like a 700-pound fat guy because I'm all for the buffets. They take away the buffets, I'm not cruising. Serious. That's the plan. I'm not going to cruise. Are you a comedian on the ship? I wish. I'm not funny. I'm not that funny. I have funny moments, but I'm not funny. I would love to be a comedian, but no, I can't do that. That'd be great. I'd love to be a comedian. You didn't say cancers need to get out of here too. Just horrible. It's horrible to be a Cancer. I'm sure it is. You say you were 300 pounds. Oh, I did say that. But tomorrow for my video, I'm going to pretend I'm a 700-pound man. We talking about the no buffets tomorrow. That's going to be the video for tomorrow. I love the buffet. I was there like every day. I was there every day. We had privileges when I was on board, right? We were allowed to go to the buffet. And the only thing I think about, you'll hear me talk about this tomorrow with NCL. If you guys have ever cruised with NCL, go try that Oreo cheesecake. That's right, I just shut it down with that one. That's what I'm going to leave off with. If you guys are ever on an NCL cruise ship, please. Unsubscribing? Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do, guys, get out of here with the Zodiacs, all right? It's already been settled. Scorpios are the best. They're the best. Everybody knows that. We need a pole buffet or no? Yeah, we do. We do. The New York, no, NCL, no, not the New York cheesecake is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. If anybody's ever on NCL, go try the Oreo cheesecake. I'm gonna start talking about that every video now until everybody tries it. Oreo cheesecake. That's all I ever thought about. Right? I knew we would have the Oreo cheesecake on embarkation day. Right? I would be the first man up there. I'll go grab like 3 pieces of it. And then usually around like the second sea day, we'd have some more, or we'd have one going back up to home to New York. Any food items to avoid? I'll tell you what you shouldn't avoid. The Oreo cheesecake. That's all I'm gonna leave off with. The Oreo cheesecake. I'm gonna instill it in everybody's head. Old school, NCL, New York. No, it is disgusting. It is. You know, I don't even like cheesecake, but the minute I tried that Oreo cheesecake, I went to heaven. Libra. You know what? The fact that you just brought Libra in here, I'm now done. I don't want to hear about that. You know, nobody likes a Libra. Nobody likes Cancer. Nobody likes Gemini. I'm sorry. Guys, that's it. I've had enough of this. We're not going to sit here and talk about this, all right? So, what? Well, Scorpio is telling me to do something I'm not. Oh, that's what we're doing. All right, look, you guys, I'm just saying. So we're going to leave off here, guys, because we're going to get to this whole Capricorn. You can get out of here with that, too. We're gonna end this. I hope everybody's doing well. Scorpios rule. Try the Oreo cheesecake. Be on the lookout for my video tomorrow. I also have I'm pre-selling my merch tomorrow, so check all of that stuff out too as well. And that'll be it. Got a new video coming out. So that's the plan. No, seriously, I'm done, guys. I'm not getting into this whole Zodiac thing because everybody knows the Scorpio is number 1. So anyway, guys, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. I'll see you all very, very soon. But take care. Be safe. Social distance. Wash your hands. All that other good stuff. All right? Y'all take it easy. And try the Oreo cheesecake. All right. Let me see. As soon as I get the off switch, I'm out of here, guys. I'm not joking. All right, guys. Take care.